Susan Elliott and her group are the benchmark against which we journalists tend to measure PR people. A lot of new PR people, a lot of new companies. We always kind of benchmark them against Susan because it's the best there is. There's nobody better at this game dealing with automotive journalists than Susan Elliott and her ladies.
The most important thing is not only knowing the individual auto journalists, but she understands every little bit of our job.
Susan and her crew are the best PR people in the Canadian automotive business, bar none.
I'm Ted Latourneau from Driver's Seat.
And I'm Tony Whitney, co-host of the show.
You know, between the two of us, Tony and I have probably 50 years experience in this business. And I have to say, of all the people that we have dealt with over the years, Susan Elliott stands out in the crowd. She's one of the most professional, competent, and sympathetic PR people that I've ever dealt with.
Exactly. The car business is the most intensively marketed business on the planet. And Susan Elliott stands above a very good group of people. We have some excellent people in the industry doing media relations, but Susan stands above all of them. She's very professional, always concerned with what we need, and she's probably placed more cars, more vehicles on our television show than anybody else in the industry.
Well, you see this beaten, battered, mud-splattered Nissan. Well, Susan Elliott could persuade me that this is the most beautiful, desirable vehicle in the road today. And besides that, I mean, it's really a matter of professionalism. You can get access, you can get information, you can do your job when Susan Elliott's on the case. Look at Carlos Ghosn. He has been the star of so many of our television shows because Susan negotiates access, which is brief. We use the time well, but the results are great. Susan Elliott, it's a pro.
Well, the two things that journalists really need from a public relations person are, first, don't lie to us. I mean, you've got to spin things to make your company look good, but don't lie to us. And Susan doesn't lie to us. And the second thing is return phone calls. Particularly for those of us in the newspaper business, we're on deadline all the time. If we need a piece of information, we need it now. Next week is going to be too late. We have Susan's cell phone number. She almost always answers her phone. If for some reason she can't answer the phone, she gets back to us and gets the information we need. We can't ask for much more.
When you go on one of their programs, you know exactly that Susan and Jackie are going to look after you, that you're going to be treated like professionals, which doesn't happen always with a lot of companies. And they always have a unique touch that makes it extremely enjoyable to always look forward to a program that they're putting on. If they phone and say we have a program going, I'm there. It's just no question about that at all.
If you look at the records, Nissan has disproportionately succeeded in Car of the Year awards. A big part of that is because they got some worthy products. But a lot of other companies have also got worthy products that haven't had the same level of success. And it all goes back to the way the car is presented to us, the opportunities we have to evaluate them, the way Susan understands how the Car of the Year process works.
And I can tell you of ways that you gain stories because Susan Elliott did her job. In fact, the last time was she got the cover about 2 Decembers ago of Autovision magazine, when in fact I had no intention of putting a Nissan on there, but simply she supplied me with better photography than the people that did have a chance to get the cover. They just sent me whatever they had. She dug for something, found something, got something superior, and got the cover when I had no intention of giving it to Nissan.
I think those of us that have been around the game call us senior, and we are, both in terms of age and in terms of experience. It's an ego game. And again, Susan and her folks tend to know the individuals involved, especially the senior ones with the very major outlets.
Good PR leads to more good stories from your point of view. Susan Elliott delivers that, plain and simple.